What's up? It's your boy.
Nighthawk.
Just kidding. It's just Luke. It's been a while since I've made a video. About 2 years since Pizza Time came out. Instant classic. We all loved it. But I thought it was about time to make something new. During that time period, a lot's happened. We bought a house. I got married. And now that it's December, got a fresh batch of seasonal depression. Aww. Sick. Other than those things, my wife and I have been watching a lot of shows on Netflix, and we found this smoking competition one, and we really liked it, and we decided to look up some recipes. And the one that really stuck out to me was done by Ash Thompson, that he created with his friend Big Worm. Rest in peace, Big Worm. And it was these cherry cola ribs. So what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of experimenting and try it with a different type of meat. So today I'm gonna make worm belly burnt ends. We're gonna workshop that name a little bit.
First thing I do is make the rub, and that's 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of cayenne, a half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of smoked paprika, a 1/4 cup of Hungarian paprika, 1 tablespoon black pepper, 1 tablespoon salt, 1 teaspoon of mace, which you can find at a local protest, and 1 teaspoon of cardamom, or you could just do a Miami bump like me. Then you're gonna mix it all together until it looks like this.
Now that the rub is done for our recipe, it's time to start prepping our meat. I've got about 5 pounds of pork belly. You can tell by either putting it on a scale or hitting it on the table and hear how loud it sounds. That's about 5 pounds for me. So we're gonna be cutting this into 1.5 by 1.5 inch cubes. There are 3 different methods to use. You can use the 2-finger method. I've got little piano fingers, so I have to use 3 fingers. You can use the tape measure. It's pretty self-explanatory there. Or you can use this thing that your dad gives you, doesn't tell you how to use it or what it's used for. I can't tell you how important it is for meat measuring. There's actually groups that meet bi-weekly. I'm part of one in the Midwest, and we've got a pretty diverse group of guys. We've got some guys who grow crops and some guys who even show cattle. So we've got a lot of growers and showers.
All right, it's now time to cut the meat. I'm using the 3-finger method to get those cubes into 1.5 by 1.5. And then we're gonna be applying the rub. I like to put it in a container. I did it section by section, realized that was a really inefficient way. So I threw it all in at once and just kept applying the rub until it adhered to every inch of the meat. Oh, that one fell out. Your end result should look something like this. Now it's time to throw the meat on the smoker. I like to keep the smoker at 270 degrees for this cook, and I leave it on for about 2.5 hours. I put the meat fat side up just so all those juices will melt down on top of it. While we wait for the meat to cook, we're gonna start making the sauce. You're gonna need half of an onion, and you're going to wanna cube that up pretty well. We're gonna be putting it in a blender so it doesn't have to be perfect. It also asks for half of a clove of garlic. We're gonna be using a full clove of garlic because we're bad boys. Then we're gonna be seasoning a pan to saute all the onion and garlic and wait till that's translucent and fragrant. Now this part's where the experimenting comes in. I try to flambe the onion and the garlic, but as you can see, I got a little bit scared. No big deal. You're just gonna cook those fires down until they subside. Then you're gonna add 1.5 cups of pitted cherries. And then I mixed that in for about 3 or 4 minutes until it was fully combined. Now we'll need 1/4 cup of cherry soda, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of white wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 adobo chili. Then you're gonna be adding your cherry, garlic, onion mixture and blend until it's fully combined and looks like this. So an hour into the cook, I like to flip the pork belly. But before I do that, I spray it with some parquet butter or some apple cider vinegar with a mixture of water. So then 2 hours into the cook, or 2.5, depending upon how it's going, I take it out and put it back into a metal tin, add half a stick of butter, a pinch of brown sugar, and then a a little handful of our seasoning that we had before. Then I wrap it back up with a foil top and put it in the smoker at 225 for another hour.
We just got done with the hour covered cook on the smoker, so it should be really tender. We're gonna take a quick peek at it. Oh yeah, things are just falling off. It is fantastic. So now we gotta do a 15 to 30 minute rest. It's just like all meats, but with pork belly, you wanna be really sensitive about this rest. So we brought in a pillow and a blanket. All Brewers themed. You gotta stay brand loyal with everything in life.
All right, now that it's rested, it's time to start plating it. As you can tell, I'm a master chef plater. Put 3 on and added the sauce, a nice little drizzle. Awesome job, Luke. And now we're gonna do a quick taste. Luke, how's it taste?
That's tough to beat. That's really, really good.
That's good to hear, Luke. All right, tell me if you want me to make anything else.